Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Coach Michelle Hong. I am so excited about today's episode on how to find a figure skating coach. So I know that a lot of you are really interested in getting involved with the sport but don't know where to start. So I'm gonna break down my 5 major tips on how to find a figure skating coach that is right for you. In addition to that, I'm gonna add a bonus that kind of is a controversial topic in the sport, but I just want to share this insight so that you know how to best navigate this space. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel to get an inside scoop on how to become the best figure skater in person that you can be, and I would love for you to leave a comment about any type of other struggles that you have that you would want me to answer for a future episode. With that being said, let's get into how to find a coach. So the first tip in finding a figure skating coach that's the right fit for you is to narrow down what your personal figure skating goals are. So there's many different ways to think about this. If you're a beginner figure skater and you're interested in just learning the basics of the sport, or are you a person that is really interested in the competitive aspect of the sport where you want to wear the costume, you want to work and train on a daily basis to do competitions and compete in front of an audience? Or are you somebody who just wants to go out there and perform in these elaborate costumes and do artistry work and potentially be on Disney on Ice one day? There are many different avenues in the sport that you can choose from, and let me know in the comment section below if you want me to go into more detail about all the different disciplines, because you might not know all about them. There's single skating, there's pair skating, there's ice dancing, there's theater on ice, there's synchro. There's so many beautiful aspects to figure skating that tend to be kind of pushed on the side because there's not enough information on it. So let me know, and then this will probably help you figure out what your figure skating goals are. So the second tip that I have for you is to start group classes. If you're really just looking for an instructor that will help you, then starting out with group classes is going to be a great way for you to start learning how to skate. And it's important for you to establish some grounding with figure skating so then you can establish what your weaknesses are. So are you struggling with edges? Are you struggling with leg strength? Are you struggling with flexibility? Are you struggling with gliding? There's so many different things that you can learn in group classes, and another exciting thing is that you get to know the instructor that you're working with, and it's a very affordable option for you. Figure skating lessons are a lot more expensive. So private lessons are a lot more pricey than group classes. So group classes is a great way to start navigating the sport, getting instruction, and as you move up different levels, you'll most likely have a different coach. And so when you are kind of familiarizing yourself with the figure skating world, you're also familiarizing yourself with the different coaches in your local area. The third tip to helping you find a figure skating coach is to talk to your RINK skating director. So the skating director has a wealth of knowledge, and they were the ones that hired the figure skating coaches that work at your rink. So they know each coach's experience, history, specialties, and what they bring to the table to help their clients. So I think it's really important to first establish your goals, like I said, try some figure skating coaches out through group classes, and then you can talk to your skating director to see if they have recommendations on who you should work with based off of your goals. So tip number 4, if you are interested in getting to know what type of coach your friends are working with, and especially because your friends might have the same interests and the same goals as you, then you can definitely ask them how they feel about their current coach, and you can get a feel for how each coach operates. Do they coach in the morning or do they coach in the afternoon? Are they taking students right now at the time? And what is their main specialty? Coaches specialize in so many different aspects of the sport, whether that be moves in the field, jumps, spins. They could be a head coach where they oversee a lot of figure skaters and their development as they go through their competitive years. So there's so many avenues to developing a figure skater, and so each coach has their own specialty as well. For myself, I am a head coach and I'm also a choreographer, and my specialties include choreography, jump technique, spin technique, and all that great stuff. And my coaching partner, Coach Billy, He is a highly technical coach, so he is really focused on jump technique, and he also uses the pole harness, and he's able to execute and help people get quick rotation with that mechanism. So you might want to look into those type of details if you're looking for somebody that can help you take your skating to the next level. So there's all these different type of coaches that you might be interested in. And let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do a whole entire video on the different specialties there are, so then you can also navigate that space as well. So tip number 5, and this is the tip that I highly recommend, and this is trial lessons. Don't jump into the first coach that you work with or you see. You might want to do some trial lessons because you never know who is the right fit for you if you don't get to compare and you don't get to explore and experience all the various coaches in your area. And you want to be very respectful when working in this process. You want to let the people that you're working with or trial lessoning with know upfront that you're interested in doing trial lessons for a month long or 2 weeks or 3 weeks before you decide on who you end up working with. It's always best to be transparent and communicate the way that you want to figure out what's the best fit for you. And majority of the time, coaches are very receptive to this. There's some coaches who might not be open to that and they just want you to work with them right away. And so you just want to make sure that you're communicating all this up front so that there are no hard feelings if you end up deciding to go with a different coach than you trial lessoned with. So this is a bonus tip for those of you who are out there who are interested in getting involved with the sport and you're looking into a coach and you're kind of thinking about, well, if I go with this coach for a year or so and you're not seeing progress, or your goals have shifted and you, instead of doing singles, you want to do ice dancing, or your workload at school might have increased and you feel as though you want to be less competitive, then this might be time for you to switch coaches. And I say that switching coaches is a controversial topic because in the figure skating world, everybody is really interconnected. So people know who's working with which coach, and in addition to that, coaches create a bond. There's a relationship that is built between the student and the coach that's very intimate. That's very different than a teacher at school and a student at school. When you are working with a personal coach, as a coach, we become very invested in the emotional, the mental, the physical aspect of the student so that they could best perform in the way that they dream about. So when it comes to switching coaches, that's a pretty sensitive topic, but I do want to express and share that you should feel okay to switch coaches, but you always want to do it in the most respectful way possible. And another thing that I can definitely talk about in a separate video on how to switch coaches, what's the proper etiquette and whatnot. So if you're interested in something like that, please let me know in the comment section below. So let's review all 5 of those tips, including the bonus tip. So the first tip to finding a coach is to narrow down your figure skating goals. The second tip is to look into group classes so that you can try all the various coaches that might be at your local rink. And the third tip is to talk to your skating director to see if they recommend any coaches that they know based off of their knowledge of their experience, their expertise, their specialty, who would be the right fit for you. The fourth tip would be to communicate with your friends who have similar skating goals and see which coach they're working with to maybe see if that would be a good match for you. And the fifth tip is to do trial lessons. So trial lessons, right, like I said, is a really great way for you to get a feel for all the different types of personalities there are, in addition to expertise and experience that each coach brings to the table. So with that being said, I hope that you have a great time finding a coach out there, and let me know if you're interested in more videos like this in my new coaching series, which I hope will inspire people to feel more confident in what they're doing on the ice, because I know figure skating is a tough world to navigate. So I love you all so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!